All right, you guys, today I am showing you how I prep in my car. So I just moved that little carpet over, and here's what I have in my underbed storage. I have a sleeping bag, and then I have a hammock. I've got a bandana, I've got hand warmers, I've got extra hat and gloves there. I've got a Stanley thermos that I can put hot water in there and keep myself warm drinking hot water if I need to. It's 24 ounces or just extra coffee, whatever. And then I have an extra water filtration system there. It's from Sawyer. And in this one, I have a knife. It's a Mora knife. And it comes with, or not comes with, but I've also purchased a Light My Fire rod and striker. So I keep it in that bandana. A lot of this I had in my bug out bag. But here's the silver fire. And it's a little mini rocket stove. And like I said, a lot of this I had in a bug out bag contained, but it doesn't fit in that under storage, and I'm limited on what I can hold. In this bag I have basically some first aid stuff and medication, you know, different things like that. Just my extras. And then I just have some games and cards and stuff like that. You know, you got to keep yourself entertained too. But this is what I had in my bug out bag. This is the water filtration that I had. It's the same as the one that's unopened. So I just tossed everything in here, and I have a backpack that I can toss everything in and leave if I have to go walking or not be able to use my car. I can put all this inside my bag and take my essentials. But this is part of my preps, how you can prep in a car, in a vehicle. And of course you don't have a multitude like you would in a house. And then you have the saying of 2 is 1 and 1 is none, which I truly believe that. And then I like to add the 3 is max. So sometimes you'll see I have not only 2 but 3 of a certain kind of thing. But those are my 2 water jugs I just keep there. Those are extra, and I keep one up front. So that's my 3rd jug of water. But I just keep it all contained down here. And this is part of how I prep. I still have quite a bit of preps. And let me show you this little rocket stove. Okay, here we go. Here's the silver fire. And it's a little rocket stove. Let's sit in here. Okay. Pull this out. I've got a little Altoids container, and it's a little dirty, but comes in a few pieces. That's the very top part. Then I've got a little stick here, a little wood stick that I can shave off some pieces of wood, kindling, and I've got another little striker and ferro rod just for extra redundancy. Go. It's in 3 pieces, but this one has a little extra. It's like a little ashtray thing. I'm gonna get filthy, but anyway, this comes in 3 pieces. So you put it together here, then you put this on top, and it's got where you have airflow coming through here. And then let me show you in here. So it's a really good one. It's a good brand. Hopefully you can hear me. But in this little Altoids box, I've got a lighter. And then I've got a hairband against this little part here where you would push down on it, just so it doesn't drain my fluid. You can see I got fluid there. And so this right here is a little baggie that has about 10 cotton balls soaked, drenched in Vaseline. That's what I keep in here. and this can withstand quite a bit, even a small cast iron, maybe even a bigger cast iron. But the way you put it in here, you put kindling in here, so it's all the way down there, and you would break it down into pieces that fit in here really small, maybe about 4 inches wide, 4 inches long, and just break up anything you can find that'll burn and throw it in there. Then you put this on top after you light it up. Then you put your pot or your kettle or your cast iron, whatever you need, a little frying pan, and it'll just do its thing, keep burning for you. Then you got to throw it in here. Some of the bigger, what do you call them? Some of the bigger rocket stoves, you can put the kindling and the fire, stoke the fire and all that through the side, the bottom. But this little one, you have to put it in here. So anytime you need to refill and put more, you just got to lift your pot and put it in there. So I don't recommend you having a big pot unless you're able to carry it. But I'll show you what I have. So let me just put this back up. So it'll look like that, but this kind of goes up and down, this middle part, and then it just stores really easy like that. And then this is just extra because this is not a great brand, but I just keep it like that. It's all stored in here, and then I put it back in here. Just taking my time with it. I'll put it back under here. So the reason why I don't put this and the other things in a bug out bag is because I don't really have room in a car. So I have my bag where I can put everything in there, and you know, if I need to leave the car, I can do that. But I just store it under here just because it just fits better. So, and I have it with me all the time. But now let's move on to my kitchen. What do I have to be able to cook for myself, keep extra food, water, stuff like that? So this rocket stove is kind of my kitchen, but not really. This is only when it's the SHTF. That's when I'll use this. When I'm not able to have butane, but I keep a few of those canisters of butane, and I've got a single burner butane stove. I'll typically only use this if I have no butane and I'm allowed to have like a campfire or be able to burn wood or anything like that. Otherwise, you know, you guys don't burn anything if everything's dried up, and things will catch on fire real quick. But I really love this. I like to practice with this every once in a while. And then I keep 2 extra water jugs, and I like these because they're really sturdy and they have a wide opening. Plus it's like a solid construction versus the regular water jugs that you would see. And I just keep them on either side. There's a little cubby on either side of the Prius here, and it's handy. It's just right there. Let me get this out the way to show you my butane stove now. Okay, so it's a single burner and the butane goes there. It's lightweight, and a lot of times I'll just set it on top of its case. And the butane goes in there, like I said. These things, these little canisters are about $3–4 now. They've gone up quite a bit, but I'll carry 3 of them. There's 1, 2, and then the third one. So I'll carry 3 butane canisters. The 2 is 1, 1 is none, and 3 is max. And this is a little fire extinguisher, and it comes in handy. So it's lightweight and manageable. Just pop the top and spray if I ever needed that. But this is handy because this is really handy only because it's in a compact containers. Otherwise I would have a big old propane system because it's a lot cheaper, I think. But these are my 2 kitchen bags with the little butane stove. So yeah, typically I'll keep these bags and butane stove up front when I sleep at night. And then during the day when I'm out and about doing what I need to do or working or whatever, I'll just store this on top of my bed back here. Now this whole butane system and couple bags are super easy to use. They're lightweight and mobile, so that helps quite a bit. All right, now let me show you what I have in each bag. On this bag here, I have 2 stainless bowls, and they're from MSR. And then I have some disposable bowls and disposable plates. It just makes it handy and easy sometimes. I don't want to have to clean up, and I can just toss that. Now in this bag, I've contained my pots and pans. So I have a kettle, and it's really handy. It's lightweight, it's stainless steel, and the opening is really wide. I can fit my whole hand and clean everything really, really good. I typically just heat water in this, but you know, you can also heat up some soups or cook anything really. It's pretty handy. And now this pot right here, I really like it. It used to be in my bug out bag, but it's from MSR, and it's I believe 1.5 liters, a quart and a half size. And see, I just put my rocket stove in there, and it fits perfectly, about the size of a hand. So it's also stainless steel, and you can cook in it, heat whatever you want, and eat from it. It can also be a bowl. So that's really handy. It's like a multi-purpose, so that's why I have this one versus any other one in my bug out bag. It's got a pretty cool latch system on it. Now none of this is watertight or waterproof, but you just have to be careful. It's just for cooking and eating, and you don't really store any liquids in there. Then I just put one of these like pot holders, hot pots, hot pads, I don't know what they're called, so it doesn't scratch the nonstick. And then finally, I just have a nonstick frying pan. I think it's about 8 or maybe even 9 inches wide. But yeah, this is the 3 system here: a frying pan, a pot, and a kettle. This is what I keep, how I can cook just about anything I need to in here. And it's easy enough to put back. I'll just stack them up. I'll put this pot on top of the frying pan, and then the kettle on top of that. Put it back in the bag. It all just kind of stacks together, and the bag holds it. And it's easy enough. I'll just keep it inside this other bag. And now let me show you what I have in this little other bag. So many bags inside of bags, I know. But that's one way to keep things divided and kept together at the same time. So I have my drip coffee by Melita. And I have some just miscellaneous things. My coffee filter is there. This is some plasticware, just some extras that I keep with some napkins, some sandwich baggies, things like that in there. And then I have my knife and my spork. And this is pretty much all you really need for one person. A spork is a spoon and a fork. And then the knife for whatever. But I'll typically use the plasticware if I can. That way it's easy to dispose of. Oh, right. And I also have a pot holder there too. So, yeah. Since it's stainless, you want to be careful and not burn yourself. So I'll just put all this back together. And this is actually lightweight. It's not very heavy. And it's handy, and it's got everything you really need to cook. Just about anything you need, except for anything in the oven, which I don't really mind. If I want to eat some kind of oven baked anything, I can just go buy like a pizza or whatever. It's easy enough. Okay, now let's look at this bag. Now this one is my food bag, and I've got some peanut butter in here. I've got my coffee, and I've got some pasta sides, which I'll have one or two of just any kind of pasta sides. You don't really need the milk or the butter. You can just put extra water, and it doesn't taste as good, but it does the job. So all right, now in here, this is my creamer, and I took it out of the container just so it could conform better to the bag. Did the same thing with the oatmeal. And now I've got my canned food there. Let me show you what I have. Usually they're stacked too high. I've got some pineapple, and I've got some soup, and these are really yummy actually. I just discovered these not too long ago. Then I've got some baked beans, some corn, some pears, and tomato soup, and then another can of tomato soup. Now I had a different variety of beans in here, which I already ate. I had some different kind of beans, pinto beans and black beans, because I prefer that than the baked beans, but they're all delicious. I've just been eating them down. I had different kind of fruit, different soups. Like I said, I stack it too high, and I've been eating it down, but I try to keep at least a week to 2 weeks worth of food, of canned food. And then of course I keep rice and lentils and pasta, but I've gone through that, so I need to restock. But yeah, I keep 2 weeks worth of canned food, plus, gosh, maybe another 2 weeks worth of dried food, as far as my oatmeal and my coffee, plus rice and lentils, things like that. So in this bag I can fit about a month's worth of food here, and I need to go grocery shopping again. You'd be surprised how much food can fit in this little bag. So that's it right here, guys. This is my kitchen setup and how I'm able to store at least a month's worth of food and be able to cook for myself just with this right here. And now here's my duffel bag, which I keep as many clothes as I possibly could keep in there. I've got a ton of undergarments and clothes to last me at least 2 to 3 weeks, which you guys know that I do laundry every 3 to 4 days. I kept as many clothes as I possibly could fit in that duffel bag. That way it'll last me a few years and I don't have to spend any more money on that. So here's my extra jug of water, which is almost empty. But here's more things how I stay prepared. I have a hat. Okay, and I like pens. Don't judge me. Okay, I have a hat. Covers your head, covers your eyes from the sun, along with my sunglasses. You know, and that combo will help you out a lot. That's part of prepping. I also have, this one is a scorpion, I think it's called, from Eden, E-T-O-N. Anyway, it's solar charging, and it's a radio. You got a clock, you got a flashlight here, and you can wind it up, plus an antenna, and right here you can charge. You got a USB and some auxiliary stuff there, but yeah, so that's really been handy. I've had it for quite a few years and it still works just fine. Let me show you. Let me turn it on. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that. Let me turn it up. Let me just change the station there. Okay, so let me just shut that off. But anyhow, I have that, and I also have this right here, which you can change these out. And they just kind of slide in and out through here. I've got just a different assortment of them, but I'll put that in that little cubby there. Put that there. My sunglasses, my extra pens, And then my hat goes back in there. And of course I got my gym water bottle there. I'll have a extra regular water bottle. And what else? I've got trash bags here. Sometimes I'll have extra napkins there. And that's also handy because I can contain my trash or whatever I need to in there. I mean, not in there, but with those bags. And recently, a gentleman saw us parked and he had extra umbrellas and he wondered if we wanted umbrellas. So he gave me one and Cora one. So Cora needs to put one in her van, but that's pretty handy. They're pretty big too. And at night, I just put my 2 bags here. This is my kitchen stuff. And then I'll have the butane with the extra jug of water there and anything else that I need to store out of the way. That way I can go to bed comfortably and it's not bugging me in the back. And then in this little compartment here, I keep extra toilet paper, some tissue paper, some mask, because you guys already know why, a little bit extra bags, some Tylenol headache medicine. You never know. Headaches are horrible. Oh, I got my stickers. Let's see. And I've got a little bit of fake jewelry here. Nothing expensive, just a couple dollars, $1, whatever kind of jewelry. But yeah. And I should really put this in my gym bag, but that's an extra razor. Okay, so this is the minimum 3 bag system that you're gonna need. This one's for all your clean clothes. And it doesn't have to specifically be a duffel bag. It could be any bag you want. It's up to you. And then a dirty clothes bag. And then a gym bag. And I keep, right now it's empty because I put my dirty clothes from the gym in here. My towels hanging back there. Yeah, and then I have this zipper here. Has all my soaps and everything. Whatever I need to get my shower, soaps, hair products, yada yada. So, and this one I keep my makeup bag, this little one. But this is what you're gonna need, a minimum of 3 bags to be able to live comfortably in your car.